to Robins TV. We are back once again at the Robins High Performance Centre, the second week running here for FA Women's Championship action between Bristol City and Sunderland. Lauren Smith's girls hoping to bounce back from last weekend here and end the visitors' unbeaten start to the campaign. I'm joined again for the second Sunday in a row by Bristol City defender Flo Allen. Flo, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again. Must have done something right, but hopefully I can bring better luck this weekend.
Absolutely, so. Fans were calling out for me and you as a partnership once again. But last week, a little bit of disappointment, obviously. But looking at the positives, which are that we are straight back to it and back home once again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing about this league is that every Sunday you've got a chance to either put right the wrongs from the week before or continue on the form that you build. And hopefully today it'll be a chance to turn around the results that we've been having and get 3 points on the board again.
Yeah, we're going to hear from Lauren Smith very shortly. Before we do, how did she view last week? What have her messages been throughout the week before this one?
Well, last week wasn't all doom and gloom. There was some really, really key points to take from it. You know, it's just about finding that cutting edge today. And Lauren Smith really sort of made that point clear this week in training, and the girls look sharp and look ready to go. There's been lots of goals flying the back of the net this week training, and look, that's what we need today. It's a wet day out there today, but the ball's going to be skidding around, and look, if you take a shot and it goes in, that's what we want.
Yes, wet and wild out there this afternoon. Challenging test, just over 10 minutes away here on Robins TV. Let's have a look now at who is going to be lining up for the two sides today. We're going to start with our visitors from Sunderland. And for them, they make just the one change from their draw last weekend with Lewis, with Faye Mullin starting for the visitors in place of Beer. She got her first minutes last week and is rewarded with a place in the first 11. It's Moan in goal, a back four of Mullin, Grace McCatty, and if you're familiar with the history of Bristol City Women, as I'm sure many of you are, it's a return to Bristol for Grace McCatty. She starts in the centre of defence along with Potts and Griffiths. We think it's a midfield five of Brown, Ramshaw, Heron, Kelly and Joyce, and then up top the Maltese international Farrugia starts for Sunderland. On the bench for them, Cowling, Scar, Blakey, McInnes, Beer, that name again, she's dropped to the bench, Manders, and the relatively new signing of Achterhoff is on the bench for the Black Cats. And for Bristol City, Lauren Smith makes two changes from last weekend, with Brooke Aspin pictured there returning to the starting lineup after her suspension, and Mel Johnson comes into the attack alongside Abby Harrison. Simran Jamat and Naomi Lazell drop to the bench, and Ella Powell returns to the matchday squad. So we'll go through that lineup for you. Bentley in goal, a back four again of Cataldo, Aspin, Satara Murray and Morgan. A midfield two, by the looks of things, of Palmer and Koiken, and then ahead of them, four in attack. On the wings, it's Izzy Cook and Aggie Beaver-Jones, and then Mel Johnson and Abby Harrison up top for Bristol City. On the bench, it's a packed bench for the Robins. Whitehouse, Powell, Lazell, Jamat, O'Connor, Bull, Wild, Foley, Greenslade and Jess Woolley make up the matchday squad for Bristol City. So that's the team, and looking at that, Flo, I mean, great to have Brooke Aspin back. She's had a great start to the season, hasn't she? Yeah,
Brooke's been a real bright spark in our team this year. She's been a prime example of, you know, if you play well, it's not how old you are, it's how good you are. And she's earned her place in the team and done really well to keep it. Unfortunately, was suspended last week, but look, these things happen. But yeah, the team today looks really exciting, and that front lineup is dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. Mel Johnson, Abby Harrison, that spells danger, doesn't it, for the Sunderland defence?
Yeah, I think they work really well as a pair together. I think they complement each other's game really well. We saw last week. Abby Harrison was dangerous in the second half. And I think if she can continue that today and just find the back of the net, then we'll be in for a treat.
Absolutely. Here's hoping. More from Flo very shortly. But now it's time to hear from the gaffer. Lauren Smith has been chatting to our man, Dave Barton.
Lauren, thanks for joining us. You talked after the Durham game about being
nice.
That's well done.
What do you want to focus on today?
Yeah, it's taking from that really, and making sure that our performance today that does what we want it to. So moving the ball quickly and dominating the ball most of the game, but also being the best in both boxes, you know, so making sure that we actually create opportunities today, and something that we've been working on a lot this week, and then taking the pressure off the back line as well. So those are the key moments for us, but more than anything, just seeing us getting back on the ball and moving it quickly.
two changes today. So Brooke Aspin is back from her suspension to replace Naomi, and you've got change up front.
Yeah, Brooke, obviously I think we missed Brooke last week. She's stepped into the senior squad and just done phenomenally. Every game she plays and every training session she just puts herself forward, so she deserves that, to be fair to her. And then Mel, again, you know, just looking at a different forward line and trying to do something a bit different this week to create those opportunities. And again, I said last week, you know, the forward line is the biggest trouble I've got at the moment because they're all doing very well. So this week gives Mel that opportunity.
And it's nice to have Ella Powell back from injury.
Yeah, again, we missed her a little bit in the last few weeks and getting her back fit. And we've had her in training now for a few weeks, but she just hasn't been available for selection. So it's good to have her as an option off the bench as well if we need to change things around a little bit.
You talked about a gritty midfield battle against Sunderland. They're the form team, but is it more about focusing on ourselves today?
Yeah, and everything that I said in the first question, really, about us moving the ball quickly and winning and playing like a team, like we've done before, you know, against Lewis, especially here, and making sure that today is, Sunderland worry about us rather than we worry about Sunderland.
Go well today, Lauren.
Thank you.
Still early days in the season, of course. There's no need for a manager to feel pressure, but I don't feel like Lauren Smith feels pressure at any point. I don't know if that comes across to you as well.
No, not at all. Us players wouldn't get a sense of that. She takes all the pressure off us. Just every player knows they can go out there and play with freedom. And look, we've had a tough start. You know, this league is never going to be easy. We've had a real tough start with the fixtures, and Durham last week I think was a bit of a wake-up call with how physical they are. Sunderland are going to be the exact same today, but look, we've got to rise up to that challenge and put a big performance in.
We are counting down to kick off here, and just very quickly, actually, one more on the weather. Very British, but one more on the weather. And how will Lauren Smith be? Will that come into her thinking at all for this one?
Well, look, you've just got to, as footballers, you've just got to control what you can control, and the weather you can't. So, you know, we've all played in the rain before. The ball will be zipped around there, which will actually play into our hands quite nicely because that's how we like to play. It'll be a tough test for the goalkeepers sometimes pick up the ball, but as a defender, I'd love to be out there today putting in some sliding tackles.
Absolutely, and I tell you who else is very much of the same thinking of you is Fionn Morgan. I managed to catch up with her this week, and it's a chance for us to find out a little bit more about the Bristol City players. This week we spoke to Fionn Morgan. Fionn, welcome to Robins TV.
Thank you.
It's been a while since you were able to say that you were going to make your debut for Bristol City. We'll get on to that. But firstly, how was your first game here at the High Performance Centre?
Yeah, it was great. It was great coming back off international duty and getting back on the pitch and being around the girls again. And we had crowds, which was lovely. So yeah, it was really nice. And the High Performance Centre is a fantastic facility for us. So it's really starting to feel like home. So
we've seen Fionn on the pitch. Let's find out a little bit more about you off the pitch. Tell us about you growing up in Wales as a young girl. How important was football in your life?
Well, I was a naughty child, so I had so much energy, so football was the answer basically. I can't remember a day where I haven't played football. So football was the answer to me behaving, and I just fell in love with the game, and it's been football ever since. And just I dreamt as a child that I wanted to play football, and to be able to do that now is kind of unbelievable. I have to pinch myself a bit, but it's a dream come true. It's amazing. You say you're a naughty child. Does that mean school was just not out of the question completely? I had just so much energy that I was so busy. I just wanted to be active, whether that was any sport, not just football. But yeah, football was the one that I fell in love with, and kept me behaved.
We're lucky to live in a generation, in a time where girls playing football isn't as much of a taboo, or a subject that wasn't talked about as it used to be. But what challenges did you face being a girl playing football, if any?
Well, being obviously in school with all the boys, I wasn't playing families with the girls. I was on the pitch with the lads, and I never felt as if I was left out, even though I was. I think that's because I just loved the game, and I was so focused on playing the football that I didn't hear the comments that were being made. But now, like, I've worked in women's football and girls football as an FAW ambassador, and I went back to the area that I grew up in, and to see 70 girls playing football, I had to play for a boys team. So it was kind of just like a wow, it's come on so far. And to think where it will be in 5 years' time or 10 years' time really gets me excited. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've played at a couple of places. Coventry is one of those places.
Yes.
When you get the opportunity to come back this summer, what was it that swung it for you in the end?
I have known Lauren for 7 years. I've played under her since I was 14. She'll tell you that I was one of the naughty kids, the one that just caused trouble and distracted everybody. But we've got a great relationship. We understand each other. So she was a massive part in me deciding to come here, because I knew she'd give me the freedom to kind of be the player that I want to be and help me in my international career and help me develop in that way as well. Also, it's closer to home. And I love my family. I was in London last year at Crystal Palace, obviously, and yeah, that distance just felt so long. So yeah, it's been great. I've really settled in. So lovely. I love Bristol. I fell in love with it years ago. So to come back and fall in love with it again is amazing. And I'm living here now. Exactly. So it's nice.
Well, you're back. You're looking ahead to sort of playing for Wales once again. Life must be pretty sweet for that naughty girl over the bridge.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying football. I love the atmosphere here, the environment here, and I just really hope that this is the season where I can really develop. So I've got the right things around, so let's hope it works. Yeah.
Nice one. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Fionn Morgan there chatting to me earlier in the week. Welcome back once again to the Robins High Performance Centre, where Bristol City are looking to bounce back from defeat last weekend against Durham with a better performance this time out. We play host to unbeaten Sunderland this afternoon, who themselves are aiming to get back to winning ways after 2 draws in their past 2 games. Far too early at this point of the season, of course, to call anyone winners or losers in this division, but you have to fancy these 2 sides will go pretty far this year, so today's head-to-head could prove quite crucial in the tale of 2021-22. Lauren Smith has said before kick-off that the work has been put in this week to make sure her side make things right after last weekend. So let's have a look at those starting 11s for today. Sunderland make one change from their draw with Lewis last time out, as Faye Mullin starts for the visitors in place of Beer. She got her first minutes in the red and white stripes last week and is rewarded with a place in the first 11. And the lineup for them is Moen in goal, Mullen, McCarthy, Potts and Griffiths at the back 4, and then a midfield 5 of Brown, Ramshaw, Heron, Kelly and Joyce. Farrugia, the Maltese international, starts up front for them. And for Bristol City, Lauren Smith makes 2 changes from last weekend, with Brooke Aspin returning to the starting lineup after suspension, and Mel Johnson comes into the attack alongside Abby Harrison. Simran Jamat and Naomi Lazelle drop to the bench, and Ella Powell returns to the matchday squad. Bentley in goal, Cataldo, Aspin, Murray and Morgan make up that defensive effort. Just ahead of them, Amy Palmer and Ava Koiken as a midfield 2, and then the attacking 4 of Cook, Johnson, Beaver Jones, and then up top, Abby Harrison. Bristol City lined up and ready to go. So time to bring Flo Allen back into the conversation here. Flo, what are you expecting from this one today? I mean, I mentioned there that these 2 teams I expect to go pretty far in this division. Do you think the same?
Yeah, I think Sunderland have shown what they're capable of this season. Had a really strong start. I don't think anyone expected them to start that strongly, but look, this league is very competitive, and we want to be up there at the end of the year, and I'm sure they do, and so this will be a great test today.
City in their red shirts, white shorts and red socks, traditional for Bristol City. Sunderland wearing yellow and blue this afternoon. As both sides take the knee to show solidarity against all forms of discrimination in our game. And that one will just peter out for a throw-in as Sunderland try to start the game quickly. Cataldo will take this one. Mel Johnson gets her first touch and starts a potential attack here with Fionn Morgan charging up that far side, using all of her pace. Fionn Morgan still going here, past 2 challenges. Can she get a cross in? And finally Sunderland are able to recover the ball but concede a throw-in. Good start from Fionn Morgan, that.
Brilliant start from the girls there. I'm really excited for this one.
Mel Johnson controls the ball, but gets hustled and harried, and eventually Sunderland are able to clear. Aspin's tackle almost turns to a pass through to Abby Harrison, as both sides just try to take control of the early stages here.
I think we'll see the first 5 minutes here. I think both teams will be trying to just get a grip for what the conditions are like. The ball seems to be fizzing around out there, so it'll be a good test for both sides the first 5 minutes.
It's almost getting used to that playing surface, isn't it? You don't really know what... We've had so much rain before kick-off, you don't know what effect that's going to have.
Exactly.
Here come Sunderland. Tara Murray watches dutifully, passes back to a goalkeeper who doesn't have much time on the ball. But Bentley does well. City win a corner deep inside their own half. Which Cataldo will take. There's not many options ahead of her. Long throw, which Mel Johnson is underneath. Johnson coming into the attack today in place of Simran Jamaat. More on that in a second as Sunderland come forward once again. Seen out by Morgan. Sunderland charging forward into the box now, but that's great defending from Amy Palmer to block out Abby Joyce and potentially playing Abby Harrison. Not on this occasion. So perhaps now is a good time to ask you about the potential Mel Johnson, Abby Harrison strike force that we're seeing today.
I think it will give the Sunderland defenders a different problem to what they've faced in their games this year. Abby Harrison and Mel Johnson like to play on the shoulder of the defenders, and Grace McCarthy, an old Bristol girl, I don't know how well she'll deal with Abby Harrison and Mel Johnson on her, but she's also a great defender, so I think that'll be a great battle today.
Plenty of good battles out there. It's Abby Joyce now trying to get an attack going for Sunderland. Back now to Kelly, and has to go all the way back, and it's a long ball forward which Morgan heads down.
Midfield battle's going to be a key area for us today. If we can get a foothold on the game early, I think it's going to be from controlling the midfield.
Time on the edge of the Sunderland box. They're happy to play things out from the back if necessary. And that ball stayed in. Murray has to do well to go back to her goalkeeper. Nice turn from Cook. She got the better of that Sunderland defence. Not this time, but still battling down there, Cook. Wants a throw in, isn't going to get it.
Great perseverance there from Izzy. You'll see that a lot in the game as we go on today. She'll never give up on anything. Played really well last week and's done well and thoroughly deserved to keep her spot in the team.
We were willing her to score last weekend, weren't we? In her first full league debut. Wasn't written in the stars that weekend, but perhaps today, you never know. Beaver Jones, though, doing well on this near side, charging down the left, under pressure from, I think it's Mullin down there, and Mullin wins the free kick for Sunderland. Just a bit too eager there, I think.
Yeah, I think the ball got away there. I think it's probably a harsh one. The referee's probably blown the whistle a little bit too early there for him, in my opinion. But, you know, we're going to see that a lot today. The ball's going to fizz around and there's going to be a lot of 50-50s and some you're going to win and some you're not.
Long ball forward. Controlled pretty nicely and it finds Mullin. Talda goes back to her keeper. Not much time once again. Sunderland putting pressure on Fran Bentley in the City goal early on. This could be a chance for Beaver Jones to try and play in Mel Johnson. Not on this occasion. Still the pressure comes from these City attackers. The press working well. They've won the ball back inside the Sunderland half. Beaver Jones. Started to liven up the fans here at the HPC as well as City build in their attack. Cataldo gets a kick on the ankle and wins a free kick. Didn't go down, Cataldo, but still wins the free kick. Admire the honesty there from Leah Cataldo.
This is a dangerous position now. First free kick of the game, it would be great to test their defence.
Amy Palmer will be over it. That controlling force in the middle. There's a decent right foot on her as well. Sunderland may well be about to discover. In it comes from Palmer. Still bouncing around and cleared eventually for, it looked like it could have been a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick to Sunderland. Flicked on, but won't find a yellow shirt of Sunderland. The rain starting to come down once again. Hoods up for those on the dugout. Not so lucky if you're out in the middle.
Not so sure about that. I'd love to be out there today, fitting some sliding tackles in. It's a great day for football.
Brooke Aspin, another player who's out there, I think, enjoying this weather. I think defenders more so enjoy weather like this, don't they?
Definitely. Well, until the attackers put one in the back of the net and there's a knee slide or a Chris Martin belly slide as he did yesterday. That'd be nice to see one of the girls do one of those today and score a winner.
Yeah, we had a thriller here on Robin's TV yesterday. As you say, Flo, 3-2 Bristol City winners at Peterborough. Let's just hope we can get something similar this afternoon as Cataldo switches the play really nicely. Izzy Cook, she can get a touch right, has got enough time, and it just gets away. Be a throw-in over on the far side that Morgan will take. City gain some yardage, if you like, for another throw-in.
Dangerous position this throw-in now. If we could work something off this and potentially get a shot or a cross.
Koiken trying to do just that. Has to go back, perhaps to go forward. Amy Palmer has it. Now Koiken, not many options ahead of her. Aspin under pressure. Gets herself out of a hole really nicely. Cataldo moving infield, the left back. Palmer, the long ball forward. Can she find Abby Harrison? She does. Johnson on the edge of the box, shoots. It slides wide of Moen in the Sunderland goal.
Great passage of play here, which ends in a shot from Mel. I think that'll be great to see more of that today. We've worked the ball from throw-in all the way back. Satara Murray's found a great pass into midfield, and we've got a shot off. Great start from the girls.
Early sighter, perhaps, for Mel Johnson, back in the starting 11 today.
It's one thing we touched on in training this week is that we've got to hit the target. You know, you never know how many chances you're going to get. So that's one focus for the girls today is making sure when we do get the opportunity to strike, we hit the target.
Plenty more fans in the HPC once again, as you can see at the back of the ground there in the stands. Cataldo goes forward, finds Koiken. Back to Cataldo, who will run with the ball if she's given the opportunity. Ball forward again on this greasy surface. Balls like that are just often going to outrun attackers, aren't they?
Yeah,
really?
that one sort of found its way through to Fran, and now we can hopefully build an attack, but not quite.
Yeah, saying that, here come the Black Cats again. Cross in, is blocked. Nowhere to go at the moment for Mullen. Checks back inside. Sunderland have to try again, but it's a really nice pass to find Mullen, and her cross just lets her down.
Dangerous there from Sunderland. Something we're going to have to be careful of today is those passes through two defenders. They've scored a lot of their goals this year from poachers inside the box, so we're going to have to be careful of that.
Goal kick taken. Ball forward, flicked onto the edge of the box. The shot is blocked by Aspin really well. There's one of those sliding challenges in the rain that we were talking about. And it's given City the opportunity to break, perhaps. Ball forward by Koiken. Another great challenge. The battle in the midfield is being fought as we speak. Johnson. Eventually Sunderland are able to come away with the ball. Murray. Little slip from Jess Brown. Come the second wave, led by Beaver Jones. She's got Johnson ahead of her. Finds her. Tries to switch the play and almost find Abby Harrison, but not on this occasion.
Unlucky there. The ball just seems to get away from Mel Johnson. Good signs though.
And the rain continues to pour down. I mean, this awful conditions. Fun to play in, but it is going to make trying to play football hard on this surface. I mean, it's going to be difficult conditions to play your normal stuff.
Yeah, but it's the same for both sides, so
Could see some wet and wild football this afternoon. Bentley goes long. Harrison uses her chest well to bring it down, and under pressure from two players wants a free kick. The referee waves play on.
Abby did well there. Unfortunate not to get the free kick. It looked like she'd been held back.
Griffiths. Over on the far side is Joyce. Back to Griffiths. Looking to try and get across into the box if they can. Morgan still doing defending down there. The Sunderland player down, but we carry on.
Neither side can really get hold of the ball at the moment. It seems to be toing and froing.
The ball goes out for a throw. Still waiting for that golden opportunity for either of these sides at the moment. Neither goalkeeper really has been tested inside this first 15 minutes. Jessica Brown winning the ball down there and putting pressure on Koiken. She's got a goal in it. Scored on the opening day. Scored the winner on the opening day, in fact. Aspin goes past one challenge and another one. Charging forward is Brooke Aspin. The pass lets her down though, and the referee brings a stop to proceedings. As Maria Farrugia tests her shoulder out.
She's their danger player, someone that the defenders have been made aware of. She looks lively from the games so far this year, and she'll be a handful today.
Yeah, Maltese international Farrugia. Cataldo's pass is wayward. Throw-in is taken. Cataldo wins the header after giving away the throw just moments before. Ball still in play with Harrison. She's got options on her left and her right. Chooses to go down the middle, and it almost finds Izzy Cook. Joyce looking to go long. Won't find a yellow shirt. Nice idea from Beaver Jones. Trying to just flick that one over the head of her marker.
Tricky conditions out there. It looks like it's holding up the ball now. Lots of rain's fallen. But we've just got to play these conditions. You know, we can't change them, so we've got to be ready for those second balls when they bounce.
Yeah, Mullen, I think, actually had to wipe the rain out of her eyes there before taking that throw in. That's a nice pass, though, from Bentley. And a nice step from Morgan. Ball out wide, holds up in the turf. Here come Sunderland, but the pass is deflected. Beaver-Jones. Koiken. In a bit of a corner at the moment, so has to go back. Aspin. Morgan. You can see from our pictures there, the rain is having such an effect. Having an effect on our camera as well. Ball forward from Aspin. Nope, she has to go back. Can see the the surface water at the moment on the pitch as well.
Looks so challenging for the girls, but
just makes it harder for everybody, as you say, though. Both teams having to deal with this, and that's again a nice ball from Bentley and a great sliding challenge from Cook to concede a throw.
fans seem to be in good voice though.
Still enjoying themselves as we just take a little break to try and wipe some of the surface water off the camera. Difficult conditions for everyone out there. Ball in play, headed high. Cataldo's underneath it.
Can hear Lauren Smith shouting at the players to get up and get out of the box, and something we've been trying to work on is get out quicker, and so we're not inviting pressure back on. And here goes Mel. Here goes Mel, yep, charging forward now. Tries to play a through ball to Beaver-Jones. She will pick it up ahead of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's completely off her line on the byline. Back to Abby Harrison. Chance for Abby Harrison to cross. Finds Koiken. The ball still slipping and sliding around out there. And eventually, Sunderland are able to clear. Still, City have it. Oh, that just didn't want to fall for anyone in a red shirt, did it, in the box? Aggie Beaver-Jones did brilliant to get there before the keeper, but just didn't open up enough for Abby Harrison, and then you just wanted it to fall to a red shirt in the box, and it didn't quite.
Perhaps there weren't quite enough numbers forward there to try and find it, but City come again. Perhaps that was the best chance we've had so far for either of these sides. I think definitely the goalkeeper for Sunderland, Moan, definitely misjudged it, didn't she?
Yeah, I think.
To come charging out.
I think it kind of got caught up in the pitch and the water down there, but Aggie Beaver-Jones did brilliantly to just latch onto it, and unfortunately for us, we couldn't quite capitalise on the keeper's mistake. As the sun now comes out.
I was going to say, as the sun now comes out, the rain has stopped and the sun's back out. Bizarre. Bizarre weather we're having. Throw from Morgan. Sunderland, this is Joyce. Charging forward under pressure from two players. Morgan just has to see it out for a throw. Good defending from the young Welsh player. Feel Morgan does well. Oh, it does just go out. It just curls out of play on that occasion.
Always a difficult one as a defender when you're trying to run backwards onto a ball to hook it forward. It's such a difficult skill.
Almost did brilliantly.
Oh, we've seen this once or twice, Sunderland players. Movement off the throw-ins is very good from them, and this is a danger that we need to recognise a bit earlier.
Just evaded a yellow shirt this time. Koiken with the ball forward. Headed high and away. Griffiths does well to use the spin of the ball to turn her marker as well. It's another throw-in for Sunderland out on the far side. Play just over 20 minutes on Robins TV. City 0, Sunderland 0. Murray. Cataldo with a bit of time ahead of her. Now the pressure comes and the ball will just be kept in play just about by Abby Harrison, who's dropped quite far back actually. On this occasion loses possession of the football. On the edge of the box, Sunderland playing it quite comfortably at the moment. This is Farouja, who's this time Aspin is able to defend it. And now perhaps City can break with Johnson. Plays a long ball forward and that'll skid out for a throw.
We're seeing Sunderland's backline drop very deep very early. Now that's something we highlighted before the game. And I think the counter-attacks for us are going to be crucial. We just saw there the ball slipped away, but if we can find those passes in the channels, I think we'll be a real danger.
Emma Kelly restarting things in the centre of the field. Ball out wide. Izzy Cook will try and stop any sort of cross coming in. Does well. Has to make the Sunderland attack turn back. Farouja dropping a little bit deeper now as well. Sunderland switch things and come across to this near side. Mullen with a bit of time. Plays a nice one too. Can she get a cross into the box here? She goes low and it's an initial challenge is good from Aspin, and the follow-up shot from Kira Ramshaw is high and wide of Bentley's goal. See it again here. Great challenge this from Brooke Aspin to stop any sort of early shot.
That's what she brings to the team, and you know, I'm a big believer that, you know, it's not how young you are, it's not how old you are. If you're good enough, you should be playing, and Brooke's been a prime example of that. And look, that's what she does. She'll put herself in for challenges, put her body in the way, and it's probably too easy down that side at the moment for Sunderland. They've got a couple of crosses in, and Brooke Aspin's there to save the day.
I think Brooke's still only 16, 17?
16, yeah.
16 years old.
Years old, yeah.
Incredible. Moves up from the academy.
She doesn't play with any fear, and I think that's the best thing, is that when you're so young, you don't have any fear and no pressure.
Koiken looking for a 1-2 and does well with Morgan, and City rather fortuitously win a throw-in out of that as it comes off the face of a Sunderland player there. Joyce and Cook doing well, battling down there together. And it'll be another throw to City.
I think what would have helped Brooke Aspin a lot is playing alongside Satara Murray, an experienced player with a lot of knowledge. I think that's really helped her game.
And Satara's a very confident player as well, isn't she? So shows absolutely no fear. Like you say, good foil for Brooke Aspin to learn from. She comes again now, turning past a couple of challenges to try and play things out from the back. A ball over the top hits Mullin. This might be a chance here for City, and it just comes off Beaver Jones's foot, and it's easy enough for Moen to pick up for Sunderland.
Just didn't quite get the bounce of the ball again. Lucky for Sunderland, it ricocheted off Aggie Beaver Jones into the goalkeeper's arms, but promising signs. The next time that one might fly in the bottom corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep positive, these City attackers. Their chances will come. They might come for Sunderland now, but for Satara Murray to get there first. More battling to be done. Palmer, ball forward, trying to find Abby Harrison. ...20 minutes left of this half.
Been a fairly even contest so far. I think I think the girls would probably like a bit more possession. We've had possession in our own half. We've not really had any sustained possession in their half and really threatened in and around their box, something that we would probably like to be doing a little bit more.
Harrison controlling the ball well under pressure, trying to find Johnson. It does find Johnson in the end. She plays it back to Harrison, who's onside. One in the box, and can she get it to her? Cross comes in, and it's tricky for Moen, who just claws it out. Still, though, City come, and a cross in again, and Moen saves again. But at the back post, now Beaver Jones potentially. No, Sunderland are able to finally clear it. Well, I don't know how much effect the wet conditions had of that, but Abby Harrison's cross shot, hard to say really, had to be clawed out from Moen, and she did it again at the second time of asking.
I thought I was watching tennis for a second then. I was going back and forth. I thought, someone please put it in the back of the net, but no. Great effort from Abby, though.
Yeah, really good effort from Abby Harrison. She's building into this one. She's coming again now. This is Johnson on the edge of the box. Sunderland able to clear their lines, only as far as Palmer. Now Morgan, who loves to run with the ball, but this time finds Koiken, who plays off the left foot of Cook. Koiken, Harrison, nice first time pass to Johnson. Can she get a shot off? She can, but it's well blocked by Grace McCarthy.
What a pass from Abby Harrison. She's not just about finishing, she's got those delicate little touches round the corner. Nearly set Mel Johnson away there.
Mel Johnson had enough time to pull the trigger there, and just at the last second, Grace McCarthy. Familiar face for you, Flo?
Yeah, helped me a lot when I was coming through as a 16-year-old. Similar to Brooke Aspin with Satara Murray, Grace McCarthy helped me a lot playing alongside her.
Can Sunderland defend this corner? In it comes now. It's headed down and not quite out yet, but eventually Sunderland are able to clear it. Now Palmer has it back, and Sunderland concede a throw. Now then, City, is this the sustained pressure that Flo Allen has been calling for in this last couple of minutes or so? A couple of chances, a couple of half chances. Can City find a golden opportunity now? Cataldo with a long throw looking for Abby Harrison. Palmer helps her out. Cleared away, and perhaps a chance for Sunderland to break. Ferrugia, an option on her left is Joyce. Still going forward here, Sunderland. But Morgan's there first and has won a throw-in out of that as well. Theon Morgan, who I enjoyed chatting to this week. We saw a snippet of my interview with her on Robin's TV pre-kickoff. Hopefully the full interview with Theon will be on the club's social media channels later this week. Seems like a great character, Theon.
Yeah, she's great to have around the team. Full of energy. Like she said in their interview, she gets called one of the naughty kids, but no, look, she's been a great addition to the team. Brings something different, you know, very direct. Usually plays a trade as a winger, but like last week, you know, she'll pick the ball up from deep and drive at players, and I think playing against teams like Sunderland who have a very, very deep back line, I think there'll be a lot of space for her to exploit and use her strengths today.
Cataldo on the other side of the pitch, left back, almost breaks for City to break inside Sunderland's half once again, but here they come again. Morgan with defending to do, potentially. No, the ball trickles out for a throw. Morgan with not much time, decides to go across to Koiken. All the way back to Bentley. Can Beaver Jones keep the ball in play? Yes, she can. Johnson's ahead of her, so is Abby Harrison. Does really well to control the ball, and now Cataldo can break potentially. But coming across is Charlotte Potts. Goodness me.
What a tackle that was.
Can City create something here with Izzy Cook, who does a really nice touch past Louise Griffiths? The referee doesn't see that as a foul, though, so we play on.
Izzy Cook's looked lively and bright so far.
Lots of energy at the moment from these. So it's an attacking 4, isn't it, really, that City have got at the moment?
Yeah, it seems to be causing them a lot of problems when they get the ball.
It's the quick breaks so far proving pretty dangerous. Sunderland quite happy to have possession, but when they lose it, City are more than happy to break on them. Here comes Joyce. Little flick inside, but the pass back to her. The ball wins the race. Aspin goes long. There's Mel Johnson again in the middle. Now Morgan finds Johnson again, who seems to be everywhere so far at the moment. Still charging forward here, Mel Johnson. Needs some help now. She might have it with Cataldo. The pass doesn't find her, though. So Tara Murray sees it out for a throw-in. Palmer, loads of time. Finds Cook. Here goes Morgan on the overlap. But it'll be a throw-in.
Looks like Izzy Cook and Aggie Beever-Jones have swapped sides. I wonder whether that's to give the Sunderland fullbacks a different problem. Izzy's predominantly a right footer and she can cut in off the left and potentially unleash a shot. And look, you never know with conditions like we've got today. If it bounces in front of the keeper, they're tricky ones to deal with.
Morgan with a long throw. Might have to do that one again. Second chance for Fiona Morgan. Chance for Morgan to charge forward. Little pass through to Mel Johnson, which Potts will try and see out, but it won't go. Ball still in play here, and eventually it goes out for a Sunderland throw. I think on a dry day, Charlotte Potts might have judged that one pretty well, but the ball just holds up, doesn't it, right by the byline for Sunderland. Koiken doing well to win possession of the ball. Morgan looking for a 1-1-2, but didn't perhaps look up in time and see that the options had disappeared. If this ball, well, I was going to say, if the ball had stayed in there, Sunderland potentially had a 2-on-2 opportunity there. But City get away with it.
I'd like to see them switch the play a bit more. I think we're getting throw-ins and we seem to be... There we go, great play from Fionn. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Just giving yourself a bit more time, I guess. City, if they can, just need a bit more space in the middle to try and conduct some attacking play. Cataldo plays a 1-2 almost with the Sunderland defender there. Frugia skips past the challenge.
Great tackle.
Ball goes through the legs of Murray, but there's Aspin to help her centre-back out.
Looks so composed, Brooke Aspin. Playing really well at the centre of defence.
Ball headed on. Skids on to Cook. Abby Harrison trying to find the pass for Morgan. It will stay in. Morgan wants a 1-2. Can she get it? She can, just about. It'll be a throw into Bristol City. Gets a round of applause from those fans in the stands today. I think in the last 10 minutes or so, those fans will be pretty encouraged by what they've seen. City is certainly growing into the game.
Yeah, they've seen the ball in that corner quite a lot. Just an end product would be nice, and can Aggie Beever-Jones provide that?
Well, let's find out. It's a shot that's blocked well by their head, cleared away. The second wave almost led well by Amy Palmer, but a slip lets Leah Cataldo down. Sunderland are able to clear it away.
Calmly done at the back there.
Excellent work. The pairing of Murray and Bentley working well together there. Aspin with an enormous ball forward, and it might fall kindly to Abby Harrison here. She'll battle with McCarthy. Holds the ball up well, now needs support in the middle. One of those is Mel Johnson on her left foot, who shoots, and it's well saved by Moen.
Keeper did well there to hold that. Izzy Cook was steaming in. Thought she might get a tap in, but the keeper's done well. Credit to her. But great signs there. Abby Harrison showing her strength and showing her quality to set Mel Johnson up. Good signs the last 10 minutes from Bristol.
Every time the ball goes forward, you just back Abby Harrison to just hold the ball up at least and,
Yes,
and bring in the second wave of attack. She did
If
really
she
well
doesn't
there.
get a shot, it's usually she sets somebody else up for one.
Exactly. Very reliable player up there for Bristol City. Here goes Aspin once again, the 16-year-old. Charging forward, finds Cook, who goes down. Aspin will help her win the ball back. Gets a kick in the leg and goes down. Still down at the moment, Aspin. City have still got defending to do, though. Morgan hits the hand of a Sunderland player, does it? No, the referee waves play on. And a ball forward here, which Palmer will calmly knock back to Bentley in the City goal. Aspin is back on her feet, but doesn't look comfortable down there. But we still play on. The ball is still in play here with Cataldo, who will keep charging forward. 3 options ahead of her. Plenty of Sunderland players back, so it will have to be something special. And that's a chipped ball forward to find Harrison. Harrison goes down in the box. A sliding challenge from a Sunderland player there, and the referee does stop play so that Abby Harrison can get some treatment.
Looks in a lot of pain here. It was difficult to see what happened, but
It was hard to see him. It's a sliding challenge, wasn't it, from I think it was Charlotte Potts down there. And whether it was an intentional sliding challenge or just, you know, a mistake in the wet conditions, we'll see it again here. Ball is flicked up. In comes Charlotte Potts. It's a really good challenge. I think she might have just caught Abby Harrison on the ankle, perhaps, at the top of the foot.
well, luckily for Bristol, she's back up on her feet. Hearts in mouth situation
Yeah,
when
it was a
Abby's on the
bit.
floor.
Takes a lot more than that to keep Abby Harrison down, though. Here we go again. Take 2 with Leah Cataldo charging forward. Can she get past a Sunderland challenge? Not this time. Niamh Heron able to get there first. But great intensity from Bristol City here. They're not slowing down as we wind down towards half-time. Koiken goes past a challenge beautifully there. Tries to find a through ball. Have to settle for a throw instead. It really is wave after wave at the moment. As Murray gets caught high up the field. Now there's defending for City to do. Farouja trying to play an ambitious ball forward. Bentley.
I think the winger for Sunderland there would be fairly annoyed there. I think she was in the better position, but luckily for Bristol, the number 10 didn't quite find her.
A frantic end to this first half here. City 0, Sunderland 0. City have had their chances. Can Sunderland deliver a sucker punch here? That's a nice through ball looking for Farouja, but Satara Murray almost hands off.
She looks so composed, Tara Murray at the back there. She sort of cleans up everything that comes her way, and it's brilliant when you're playing alongside her because you just know that she's always going to get there.
Bentley plays it out to Palmer, who does really nicely to find herself a few yards of space. Koiken on the halfway line, back to Palmer. Harrison, Koiken trying to find Cook. Sliding challenge comes in from McCarthy.
There's bodies everywhere.
Yeah, it might be sunny, but if you're only just joining us, we've had a lot of rain. It just made this surface so skiddy. A lot of surface water out there at the moment. Farouja, Aspin's there to block it and keep the ball in play too.
Oh, well played. Great touch from Abby Harrison again.
Keeps things going. Perhaps Cook battling away down there might be able to win the ball back for City. She has. Really good work from Izzy Cook. Palmer. Abby Harrison wants it out wide on the right.
We can see just how deep the Sunderland back line are. If only we can just pick those gaps and exploit their defence. We seem to have a lot of time on the ball in these areas, and it's just finding that killer pass.
City dominating the final exchanges of this first half. Ball back to Potts, and now McCarthy, who slips, but the ball does get away to Mullin in the end. No one ahead of McCarthy. The arms go up. She's got no options, really. No pressure coming from the City attackers, though. She's still got time. And now finally is able to find a pass to Farrugia. Cataldo gets past two challenges really well. Now Amy Palmer gets past another one, but Sunderland finally win possession back. Morgan. First touch lets her down.
I think both sides will be disappointed with the amount of turnovers that there's been. It's not been a game where one side's had majority of the ball. It's been very stop-start, and I think looking ahead to the second half now, I think Lauren Smith will be happy with what she's seen, but look, we're probably not out of third gear yet, which is promising.
Yeah, that is promising, actually. And I think you're absolutely right, Flo. They're still just missing that something at the moment. The possession is good, the passing is good. Very similar story to last week against Durham, really, where they're just missing that really golden opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net. Still time in this first half, of course. Niamh Heron in the centre, not many options, so Ava Koiken picks her pocket. Izzy Cook goes down holding her face. It almost like she got shoulder barged in the jaw there. From the one angle that we saw, just holding her cheek, by the looks of things. Rough challenge coming in there from a Sunderland defender.
Been lots of them all over the park so far.
Ball will go out for a throw.
I think
Winding
we've been better since Aggie and Izzy swapped over wings. I think they've exploited the opposite fullbacks a bit better.
Murray, long ball forward, nice touch almost from Izzy Cook there. Let's put the curse on her there. It looked like it was going to be a nice touch from Cook. Koiken, not many options ahead of her. One of them is Beaver Jones, who switched flanks once again, and now she comes across to the left-hand side. Cataldo, just miscontrols the lofted pass to it.
Good position here now for a free kick, opportunity to get the ball in the box.
One final opportunity perhaps in the first half. Winding down the seconds. Might be a bit too far out surely for Palmer to put this one into the box. Only really Abby Harrison to aim for. Now Mel Johnson tries to join her.
So Tara Murray and Brooke Aspen have made their way forward, so I think this one's going straight into the box.
This one is going long after all. Here we go. Amy Palmer gets her foot behind that one. Underneath it was Beaver Jones, and it will just roll through to the goalkeeper for Sunderland. And on retrospect, maybe that was a little bit too far out for Amy Palmer, even for Amy Palmer.
We've seen a good half of football though. It's been very balanced.
Another great battle, and this time it's adjudicated that Izzy Cook committed a foul there. And a chance for Sunderland to knock it long in these final exchanges. We're in added time of the first half. Potts will try and launch this one from her own half. Gets her foot behind it. It will reach Satara Murray, who has to clear it away with her head. Now Amy Palmer, and that's the final act of that first half. And on balance, I think that first 45 minutes was certainly entertaining, and I think City probably had the better of that, Flo.
Yeah, I think we'll be happy with how we ended the half. I think to start with, it was each side was cancelling each other out. But we've seen towards the end of the half, Abby Harrison looks lively, Mel Johnson's come into the game, and a second half is going to be entertaining, and I can't wait for it.
Well, we just see at the bottom of your screen there, I think that's Lauren Smith heading in now. Little chat with her coaches before she delivers her messages to the team. What will those messages be, do you think?
There'll be positive messages. She'll be pleased with what she's seen, but we've just got to try and find a goal from somewhere. You know, we're not scoring a lot of goals at the moment, so if we can get a couple in the back of the net, that would be ideal.
Okay, well, it's half-time here at the HPC. We'll have all the analysis of that first half on the way after this.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team. We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil. Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Bugs in the system, eh? You've got to love it. That's live TV for you. That's a bit of fun, isn't it? Right, on to action in the first half then, Flo. We mentioned it there. That was a pretty good half. I think on respect, we've got the fans just behind us here. They'd have enjoyed that first 45 minutes. Yeah,
I think it's been very balanced. I think we probably had more of the chances. But look, they're a top side and they've had good results. And, you know, we're coming off the back of a loss. So I think we'll be happy with that first half. Yeah. And we always seem to build into games. So if we can start the second half strong, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned the chances. Let's have a look at those. And it all started, I think Mel Johnson's been absolutely everywhere in this game. Talk us.
Great ball here from Palmer. And a lovely touch here from Abby. And look, Mel Johnson's had a couple of shots now, and I think she'll probably be kicking herself that she's not hit the target there.
The weather has been a factor in this game, I think it's fair to say. And part of that we see a good City counter here, and I think the goalkeeper makes a slight mistake for Sunderland. I think it had its part to play in this.
Yeah, again, look, Mel Johnson, a big part of this. Driving with the ball, carrying forward, and a great ball forward. And look, I think Aggie Beaver-Jones has just latched onto an opportunity here, and I think I was screaming for Abby to shoot there, but look, the angle's just closed down and it's just not fallen to a City player in the box, unfortunately.
Yeah, the surface water there, it's just ridiculous, isn't it, for both sides. Sunderland had their chances as well, as we're going to see now. That it was a high and wide shot from one of these Sunderland players here. The
danger's coming from their right-hand side. Unfortunately for us, Brooke Aspen's put in a great challenge, and the second shot has gone wide.
Now, obviously, City we've mentioned during the half that City's front four have been really dangerous. Aggie Beaver-Jones here, she has a chance, doesn't she, one-on-one?
Yeah, she does. And look, Brooke Aspen again, at the centre of everything, and great ball again from Palms. And look, on another day, this flies in the bottom corner. It's just unlucky it's bounced into the keeper's hands.
Now, City get a few chances in quick succession. There's been so many of these chances that this one in particular, City get about 3 chances here in such a short amount of time.
I think I said in commentary it was like watching a tennis game when this happened. But look, Abby Harrison, great down the right-hand side to get the ball across. And here I was wishing it went in, but look, Aggie Beaver-Jones following it up and putting it back into the danger zone. And on another day, this shot there goes in, and it just didn't fall to a City player again. But yeah, felt like I was at Wimbledon there, watching it go back across.
Absolutely, yeah, plenty of chances. And I think the player of the half, we've both mentioned her, is Mel Johnson. Let's have a look at this opportunity now. She gets a shot that's just blocked at the wrong time for a City perspective.
Yeah, look, we keep knocking on the door, and Abby Harrison's played a lovely pass in, and look, Grace McCatty does what Grace McCatty does best, and put a challenge in on Mel Johnson there, and unfortunately it hasn't gone in.
Yeah, final chance of the half falls to Mel once again, this time a shot inside the box. So City have been knocking on the door, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely knocking on the door. Brilliant ball through from Brooke, and Abby Harrison showing her strength and her quality to look up and set the ball back here for Mel. And look, promising, it's on target, and you know, on another day maybe she spills that and Izzy Cook taps that in.
I mean, on the whole there, we're talking a lot about City's attacking potential, but from a defensive point of view, we've only shown one Sunderland opportunity there, and that's credit to Satara Murray and Brooke Aspin at the back, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been a commanding force at the back there. They have looked dangerous down their right-hand side, but I think we've dealt with it well. And coming out for the second half, I think Lauren Smith will be saying to everyone in the changing room, look, you know, we're doing well in attack, but we have got to just stay focused at the back.
You mentioned, I think it was really early in the game actually, that there is going to be a midfield battle. Are City winning that midfield battle at the moment?
I think it's very even at the moment. I think, you know, both sides are not necessarily getting hold of the ball probably as much as they would like to. Look, the conditions out there are tough, and it's going to be bouncing around in the midfield, but look, we've dealt with it well, and we've actually used the wide areas well, and the defenders have got their heads up and picked balls out. So we've done well considering the circumstances.
Do you think the winner of this game is going to be the team that wins that battle?
I do. I think whoever can get a foothold on the game and keep possession in the middle will win the game.
Absolutely. Right. Okay, well, time to talk now about Bristol City and how they can impact you off the pitch with the help of the Robbins Foundation. They've teamed up with City Academy to offer you 2 new courses for students looking for post-16 education. See for yourself if this could be something for you.
My role is I'm the City Career Centre lead. And I'm one of the sports lecturers. We run 2 courses, a National Diploma in Sport and a BTEC Extended Diploma in Sport as well. The Extended Diploma is the 3 A-level course, so that'll come from getting through GCSEs and I'll go on to that course, which is more exam-based, more for the academic base. And then we've got the Diploma in Sports Coaching and Development, which is more for the 2 A-level based course, which is more so the practical element, so people who will struggle with exam base, they'll do more practical content as well.
My favourite thing in BTEC Level 3, Sports Coaching and Development, is the fitness part of it, the practical sessions. The reason is because it keeps me fit and it keeps me healthy, because outside this college I don't really do much health and fitness. This is like the only place I actually get to run for a couple of hours and do training with my coach, so I really like it.
What I enjoy most about studying on the BTEC Level 3 Sports and Development programme is the fact that we can combine our education with playing football.
Favourite thing is just learning everything new about football, and I want to be like a coach when I grow up, so it's helpful learning all the aspects of coaching, injuries, everything. I just really enjoy it.
The Robbins Foundation, they're offering you so many courses, so many opportunities in the community for you to get involved with. Just head on to the Bristol City website to find out more. Now, the sun has come out, which is nice, and you were just mentioning, Flo, that you would love to be out there. How far away are we from seeing you back out there?
I'm itching to be out there, and I'm not far at all. I've been back training with the girls this week, so this coming week would be lovely to be back. It's just about building up my fitness now. But yeah, I'm back to full fitness, and the calf feels great, and it feels like a long time ago when I was last out there, so it'd be great to get back out there next Sunday if I can, but if not, we've got a cup game the Wednesday during that week, so hopefully I'll be back out on the pitch.
Fingers crossed. As great as you've been on Robbins TV, I think it's fair to say, it would be so much better to see you out there on the field. So finally, just as we get ready for half-time and the girls are almost getting ready to come back out, what happens at this point now? Obviously, we've mentioned Lauren Smith's messages. The likes of Amy Palmer, Satara Murray, such an experienced player. What messages will they be saying, just before the girls come out?
I think it'll be more of individually, people will be talking to players around them. Fullbacks will be talking to the wingers and the centre halves, and those little relationships on the pitch. Players will they've had all their words from Smithy, and everyone will have had a say in the changing room, and now it's just about going out there and getting focused and getting ready to deliver.
It's a packed bench that City have at the moment. If there are going to be any changes, one name that stood out to me is Simran Jamaat. Do you think that she'd relish being out there at the moment? It's the sort of environment that she'd thrive in, for me personally. Yeah,
no, I think she'd be a great impact player. I think we've got 4 or 5 players sat on the bench who could probably start the game at the moment, and that's the squad depth we've got and the problems that Lauren Smith has picking the team. Chloe O'Connor did great when she came on last week as well, a different player in midfield with a great left foot, so we've got options, and it'd be great to see some of them as we progress.
Plenty of options. The girls are just heading out now for the second half, so we'll make our retake our positions, I should say, back in the commentary box. So we're almost ready for the second half then. The girls just going through those final preparations. And there is Simran Jamat actually just doing a little bit of warming up there. I wonder if we will see her at some point. And Sunderland doesn't look like there are any changes, I don't think, at the moment. It looks like the same 11 for both sides, but we shall find out very shortly. Conversely, I mean, how happy will Sunderland have been with that first half, do you think, Flo?
Yeah, I think they will have been pleased on the balance of chances created. You know, both sides, it's been fairly even, but, you know, we probably have had more chances on reflection. So they probably would have been happy to go in at half-time 0-0, especially coming away from home.
It's been quite a while since these two teams last met. Of course, Sunderland promoted from the National League North and City relegated last season, so it's been a while since they last met. And in fact, it was April 2018 when City travelled to South Shields to take on Sunderland towards the end of the 2017-18 WSL season.
I remember it well.
Good game. 2 early goals from Millie Farrow and Lauren Hemp did enough to take all 3 points.
I remember playing in that game. Cool, it was a tough game. The scoreline didn't necessarily show the strength in the Sunderland side. That day was good.
I watched the highlights back this morning. It looked cold. Very, very cold.
Very cold. It's always cold up north, isn't it?
Up in South Shields. And that's a quick start here from Aggie Beaver-Jones, and Sunderland able to clear their lines. Morgan tries to see the ball out of play. Harrison has it back, and Koiken goes down. It'd be a free kick for Bristol City. Ava Koiken still down at the moment. Back up now, which is good, I think. Alongside Amy Palmer, they're quite a force in the middle, aren't they? So creative, but good in the tackle as well.
Seems to have formed quite a good partnership in the middle there.
Throw in right below the camera gantry, which Morgan takes. Murray. Cataldo, nice turn, finds herself plenty of room to run now, Leah Cataldo. Ball forward to Harrison. Palmer finds Johnson. Can she find a ball through to Aggie Beaver-Jones? Can she get the shot off? Decides to pass instead. And the referee's offside flag from the referee's assistant goes up. It was a great pass from Johnson, but I think perhaps Beaver-Jones was just offside. I think it's against Beaver-Jones. The ball doesn't find Abby Harrison in the end. But that's a great opportunity and a good start.
Yeah, great start to the half. I think the girls will be happy with the first couple of minutes. Straight away putting the pressure back on Sunderland.
City starting as they mean to go on, but a little bit too eager that time. Brooke Aspin giving away a free kick. Everybody back for this one, apart from Mel Johnson. Long ball forward, just catches in the wind, and Harrison's there to head it away. City could break perhaps as Palmer goes long, looking for the run of Mel Johnson, but that's just got too much on it. And it will go out for a throw. Throw in taken, cleared. Palmer. Abby Harrison holding the ball up well. So Tara Murray with a strong tackle there. And looks up, looks forward as well to try and get the pass off. Morgan. Poor pass to Beaver-Jones, and she's got to get back now. Beaver-Jones just nicks the ball. It's wrestled to the ground in the mud down there, but it'll be a throw into Sunderland. Lots of mud as well.
I think for Aggie, she just needed 2 more yards of pitch there, and I think she'd have been away. They just slipped over in that mud down there.
Some laughing faces on the bench. Aggie Beaver-Jones. Her entire left side now caked in mud. Murray. Johnson running forward. Needs Cook to keep up with her. Does find Cook. Pass intercepted. Murray with a really strong challenge on Ferrugia.
Looked like she won the ball there to start with. I'm not sure whether the ref's given this for the contact afterwards, but she looked like she won the ball there. But interesting to just make note that Izzy Cook and Aggie Beaver-Jones have stayed on the same size as they finished the first half. I think that's causing the Sunderland defenders a bit more of a problem than it was to start with.
See it again here. Murray just takes no prisoners at all. Really heavy challenge. I think if the referee does see that as a foul, there's no surprise that there's a yellow card that follows that as well, because there's a lot of Maria Ferrugia that's taken out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's one of those. She's gone in the book. The referees started to dish out the cards now, so she'll be walking a bit of a tightrope.
5 minutes gone of this second half. City 0, Sunderland 0. But it's not been boring. Competitive between these two teams so far. Potts with an enormous kick forward, but again the wind just holds it up, and it's given City the chance to try and win the ball back and press from the front, and they can do so now. Harrison, not many options ahead of her, tries a cheeky little back heel, wins the ball back. Morgan under enormous pressure here, but gets a throw. Morgan, long throw, well controlled by Abby Harrison, under pressure from 2 Sunderland players, now 3 Sunderland players. Surely she cannot maintain possession of the ball. She actually ends up conceding a free kick.
Don't know what more she could have done there. She did really well initially to hold up the ball. It's one of her strong points, but just got crowded out by 3 Sunderland players.
She was in a similar position last week against Durham and managed to find a way out, of course, so it is in her locker. Long ball forward, which Aspin judges really well. The wind in City's favour this half, blowing in the direction that City are shooting, from left to right. Cataldo tries to win the ball back, the help of Koiken, but somehow still Sunderland are able to maintain possession. Charging forward now is Emma Kelly, who finds Joyce on her left foot under pressure from Morgan on the byline, and Morgan, ball still not out of play yet. It's trickling along the line, and now finally goes out for a Bristol City goal kick. Quite a battle between those two this afternoon, Fionn Morgan and Abby Joyce.
Yeah, there's been battles all over the pitch. It's been great to see, to be honest. Everyone's been in a tough battle, and it's been Bristol City at the moment this half who've been the stronger side.
Abby Harrison finds a pass forward to Johnson. Can she get the ball through? No, it comes off Johnson's shin. But City win themselves a corner. As we see again, Abby Harrison just little blind pass for Mel Johnson, who looked like she just miscontrolled it. But City get a corner.
Great opportunity now to test the Sunderland defence. Last week our set plays weren't the best. We worked a lot on set plays this week, so hopefully we can capitalise here.
Can City make the most of this opportunity? Amy Palmer over this one. Lots of players crowding the goalkeeper at the moment. Be an in-swinger. In it comes from Palmer towards the back post. It's Moen who has to claw that one out of goal again. Murray in an unfamiliar forward position for the centre-back. Needs some help. Finds it in Koikin. Can she keep the ball in play? She does, and Murray is offside. Goodness me, yet again, another dangerous ball that somehow the Sunderland goalkeeper manages to claw out from the line.
She's done really well, the Sunderland goalkeeper today. Dealt with things very well in the first half. There was the one clip where I think the ball came across 3 times her goal and managed to keep it out, but unfortunately we haven't found a way past her yet.
And on second viewing, I think in fact Palmer's hit the bar there with that corner. So Sunderland survive again. Morgan putting in the hard graft again. Fionn Morgan this afternoon.
Interestingly, the noise levels seem to have been raised up a bar this second half. Both teams, a lot at stake here.
Yeah, lots at stake, and it's still on the line at the moment, isn't it? Still plenty to play for, 0-0. Palmer, who will make the breakthrough? Ball forward from Sunderland. Farugia, this time. Satar Murray is strong in the tackle, but fair. Ball's over Mel Johnson's head. Ball forward will stay in. Aspin sees it out for a throw-in. Be Mullen who walks over to take that one. Done reasonably well this afternoon. Faye Mullen only got her first minutes last weekend versus Lewis. First minutes of the season. This time the cross is an easy one for Bentley to pick up.
Great ball from
Great ball from Aspin, yeah. Finds Mel Johnson. Sunderland are able to clear. Mel Johnson just finding yards and pockets of space now.
The game's starting to open up, isn't it? We're seeing it for both sides. You know, Sunderland have gone up one end and Fran Bentley's picked the ball up, rolled it to Brooke Aspin, and we're straight down the other end, and we've got a throw-in in a dangerous position.
Koiken picks it up on the edge of the box. Right on the corner of that penalty box. Nice little chipped pass to find Johnson. Johnson flicks it, wants a penalty and gets one. And it's against Grace McCarthy, the former Bristol City player. Nice flicked ball. Johnson tries to flick it over the head of McCarthy, and there can be no disputing that one, I don't think, Flo.
No complaints there. The arm's up in the air, and look, you know, she probably can't do a lot about it, but the ball's hit her arm, and, you know, harsh, but, you know, we've got the penalty, so down to Mel Johnson now.
Well, we've been singing her praises all afternoon, Mel Johnson. And here is that golden opportunity that we were talking about for Bristol City to take the lead in arguably their most important game of the season so far. Mel Johnson, 12 yards out. Buries it. Bristol City take the lead. And Mel Johnson, as cool as the other side of the pillow, puts that one in the bottom right corner. And Bristol City, Flo, I think, take a deserved lead.
Get in there.
Into the last half an hour or so.
Yes, get in there. She never looked like missing, did she? Cool as you like. Look at that, bottom right corner.
Very easy. It makes it look so easy.
She slots them in every day at training.
It's almost
practice makes perfect.
It really does. She's almost past that into the bottom corner. Couple of steps, passes it into the bottom corner. And City take the lead.
Just what we needed.
Long ball over the top, and this time it's headed back into the arms of Moen.
probably fair as well on the run of play. I think we started the second half really strong. And look, the luck hadn't been with us in the first half. The ball wasn't bouncing to us in the box. It seemed to run to a Sunderland player, and sometimes in football that's the luck you get. The referee's given us a penalty and Mel Johnson stepped up and put it in the back of the net.
I'm glad it's Mel Johnson as well. She deserves that for her performance this afternoon. It's been absolutely everywhere. And now, of course, we could see this game potentially open up a little bit further as Sunderland try and chase their losses at the moment. But here comes City with Harrison, who tries to cross one into the box. Only really Beaver Jones to aim for, and it won't find it.
Unlucky there, Abby. She looked up and saw that Beaver Jones was making the run, but just couldn't quite curl the ball enough.
Palmer. Ball forward to Beaver Jones. Needs a bit of running on it. Potts should be able to see this one out. Eventually it does go. This time the water doesn't hold the ball up for Charlotte Potts. Aspin stops an attack before it can even get going, really. Joyce inside to Ferrugia. Another strong tackle from Satara Murray. Morgan. Plenty of time. Goes across her own box to find Murray. Johnson. City just quite content to just keep hold of the ball now. Let Sunderland do all of their chasing that they have to do.
We must be careful though now. We can't be complacent. We've got the momentum. Be interesting to see if there's any changes that happen. Oh.
Well, right on cue. Ella Powell is going to make way. Sorry, she's going to come on and she'll be... We'll find out who that substitution is for Bristol City, but first Sunderland are making some of their own. It's Jessica Brown, who's been replaced by Iris Achterhoff, recently signed from local rivals Durham a few weeks ago. And it's also Ferrugia, who's had she is the danger player, but she's had a torrid time of it this afternoon up against Satara Murray.
Yeah, she's been kicked a few times. Played well there.
She's been replaced by Emily Scarr. Now we wait for the fourth officials board to tell us that Ella Powell will replace Fionn Morgan. Smile on Fion's face. I think she's had a good afternoon.
Yeah, like for like change. Ella coming back from injury. Give us some fresh legs down the right-hand side.
Just under half an hour left in this one. Flicked on well, but and Abby Harrison will chase this one. I don't think she's going to get it on this occasion, but she might win a throw-in in a dangerous position. She has. Which Ella Powell will take. It's a short one to Beaver Jones, under pressure from a few players. Goes down. Sunderland are able to come away with it.
We could do with getting another goal here. You never feel comfortable at 1-0. Not against a team as good as Sunderland.
Unbeaten Sunderland as well, by the way. Won their first 2 games of the season, drew the next 2. Sit third at the start of the weekend. Amy Palmer stood over this free kick. Gonna launch it into the box with the wind behind her as well. It's a pressured one for Mo and it's gone in! Well, the wind is certainly a factor. We mentioned that. It was blowing in the direction of Sunderland's goal. And Amy Palmer has used that to her advantage. It's flown over the Sunderland goalkeeper's head. And Amy Palmer with a smile on her face. Well, we're all smiling now at the HPC. And their Flo is that second goal that Bristol City wanted, and it's come almost out of nowhere.
Yes, Palms, that's what she does. You know, like, we spoke about it before the game all week. Set plays are going to be really important, and she stepped up there and 2-0. Now we're comfortable.
An incredible goal from Amy Palmer. Clever work as well to use the wind that is just blowing in that Sunderland goalkeeper's face. Really strong winds. And used it to her advantage there. And City double their lead here. And as it stands, City back to winning ways. Brooke Aspin with some great defensive work again. She's unlucky not to win a... Oh, she has. It looked like for a moment there that she'd conceded a corner, but she's got a goal kick. And credit to Brooke.
Everything seems to be going our way at the moment. Just the way we like it.
Yeah, there's a smile on your face at the moment, Flo.
It's nice to see 2 in the Bristol City column and 0 in the opposition. We've not seen that many times this season.
Ball forward from Bentley. Doesn't find its intended target on this occasion. Sunderland will try and keep the ball in and won't do so on this occasion. Nice back heel is blocked by Satara Murray. And Bentley should have enough to clear that one away. Finds Harrison, who's fighting for that one again, but unfairly. She doesn't like it. Unfairly pushing the Sunderland defender in the back, says the referee, and it'd be a free kick to the visitors.
Stay calm, Ab, stay calm. You've got the beating of her down the other end, so I'm sure the next time the ball comes to her, she'll make something out of it.
So free kick to Sunderland. Inches inside the Bristol City half. Long ball forward, headed away. Not that far away though, and Joyce is able to retain possession inside the box. In comes a cross now towards the back post. Evades everybody. Here goes Izzy Cook. It might be another push in the back there. Yes, it is. Izzy Cook. City just too eager to defend their own box at the moment. That's 2 free kicks in quick succession there.
I'm a big fan of Izzy Cook, but I think that'll come with experience and her age there. You know, she's facing away from goal. You don't need to do that. You know, she's going nowhere. She's going to pass backwards, but that'll come with experience and age.
This is a much more dangerous position for a Sunderland free kick. Potts is underneath it, and it comes now towards the back post. It finds a red head first. Joyce shoots, blocked by Powell. And Koiken is able to recover it. That's a back heel just outside her own box. Brave. And Sunderland are able to win the ball back here. Another strong challenge, and City do win the free kick this time. Too hard, too rough on Amy Palmer, and City have possession again. I mean, that was brave from Ava Koiken there with a cheeky back heel on the edge of her own box. Not many other, you know, she was facing away, facing towards her own goal, so not many other options, of course.
Yeah, I think the defenders would be grateful that we've got a free kick. I think if that didn't end up being a Bristol City ball, there probably would have been a few words said.
We are halfway through the second half. City with a blistering start here. Jess Woolley has made her way onto the field as well. There was a substitution amongst all that stoppage. And looks like Jess has come on for Aggie Beaver-Jones by the looks of things.
Similar change there, like for like again. Jess will bring some power and tenacious running down the right-hand side. And look, a free kick in a dangerous position again. And I think Palms will be thinking only one thing here.
Well, this one is even closer than the one before. So surely she's certainly got her eyes on goal for this one. Perhaps a little bit more precision and less welly this time round is needed.
Sometimes these are harder to get the ball up and over the wall.
Exactly, yeah.
But you've got a good chance if you get it on target.
Well, we're in prime position from our camera angle here. Instead, it's a short one to Harrison, who takes a touch. Still not away, and a chance for Woolley. And, eventually the goalkeeper's able to just jump on top of it. And there was a golden opportunity for Jess Woolley. Looked like a little kick on the ankle as a receipt.
Yeah, I think the handbags came out just then.
Here goes Woolley again, battling away down there. She's only just come on, Jess Woolley. Wants to grab a third if she can.
Nice to see something different from a free kick, but I think there we need to be hitting the target with something.
Long ball over the top finds Achterhoff, and this could be Achterhoff's first chance of this half here. Not if Brooke Aspin has anything to say about it. Pass finds Joyce, and Aspin slips. Joyce on a right foot, low across the box, well defended. And City are able to clear and blocked away again.
See how slippy it is down in that corner. It can't be easy to defend down there, but we've dealt with that well.
It's that end of the ground in particular, isn't it? Where a few players now have slipped.
You can tell the pitch is starting to cut up as well.
Well, Sunderland sleep on that throw-in. 20 minutes to go. City 2, I should say. Sunderland 0. Harrison does really well. Strong challenge that. It's a really dangerous challenge from Niamh Heron. Diving in. It's interesting to see what the referee's decision is here. Really strong challenge on Izzy Cook, who's still down at the moment. Referee wants a conversation with Niamh Heron. See it again here. Really lunging challenge on Cook. I'm amazed that that's just a conversation between the referee and...
I can't believe that. You've got to protect the players. It's, she's out of control there. You can't be sliding in like that, studs up. Lucky for Izzy, she's not hurt, but you've got to protect the players. The referees have to do better sometimes.
Murray. Options ahead and behind her. Chooses Bentley. Koiken. Johnson now with loads of room to run. Johnson, she's already got one. Can she get a second? Not this time. Cook's touch lets her down. The ball forward is to no one.
I was willing Mel on then. I thought, Mel, keep going, and unleash a shot there with your left foot. I thought it opened up well for her, but not to be.
Aspin, long ball forward once again. Here goes Johnson. What about this time? Chipped ball over the top, looking for Abby Harrison. So thumbs up from the Scot. Nice idea again from Mel Johnson. City defending their lines once again really well. All across the back four. Sunderland just haven't really had many opportunities at all in this game. But City looking to try and grab a third. Harrison and Johnson linking up really well. Hacked clear by a Sunderland foot. Murray and Aspin. How many times have we mentioned those two today? Doing so well at the back for Bristol City. Powell. Ooh, nice idea from Amy Palmer. It looked like the ball just bobbled slightly there, and it's...
Just got very congested down there. I think the ball needed to be switched out one or two passes earlier then. Jess Woody had a chance to turn, but perhaps didn't get the information. But look, we're 2-0 up and things are going our way.
Ball blocked by Joyce and finally came off the foot of Powell, so throw into Sunderland. Taken by Griffiths. Bristol City edging ever closer to a victory at the HPC. Harrison charging down the Sunderland goalkeeper. She has to get rid. More defending from the front from these Bristol City players. And Flo, they're just not giving Sunderland any time on the ball whatsoever.
No, it's been brilliant to see. You know, we've gone 2-0 up and we're not letting them have any time on the ball. We're straight at them, and I think now you'll just see us slowly manage the game. I think Lauren Smith might be looking down the bench to see maybe who she brings on for fresh legs. But the team look solid out there at the moment.
Lauren Smith, of course, already made 2 changes in this one, so there might be one more up her sleeve as we enter the last 15 minutes of this game. Scar. Powell doing her defensive duties there. Jess Woolley with a nice ball up top, looking for Abby Harrison again. Getting closer to a third here, City.
Cool, wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. Round off this double header of back-to-back home games really well. Here goes Cook. Johnson ahead of her. Johnson over in the far corner. Tries to flick it past Potts. Won't be successful on this occasion. Potts is able to just clear her lines. I think, Flo, in terms of that midfield battle that we were talking about at half-time, it's certainly been won by Amy Palmer. Certainly is leading the front for winning that battle for Bristol City, isn't she?
Yeah, we alluded to it at half-time, didn't we? We said that it's a scrappy game. I think the conditions made it scrappier, but we've come out in the second half and really got a grip in midfield and haven't given Sunderland any time on the ball whatsoever.
Koiken doing her bit as well as she finds Cataldo. Nice scooped ball forward from Koiken, trying to find Cook. It on this occasion won't, and City are forced to concede a throw-in, concede a free kick, I should say. Well, we've got one more substitution up our sleeve for both sides. It looks like Sunderland are going to make theirs now. Well, it's a double substitution, I should say. Niamh Heron making way for Libby McInnes. So academy product for academy product here. And Kira Ramshaw makes way as well. And I suppose at this point, Flo, Sunderland really just have to throw everything they can at City.
Yeah, it's a case for them, roll the dice and see what happens. You know, you're 2-0 down. But hopefully for us, we can hold on to this 2-0 lead.
Another clearance this time finds its intended target. Long ball forward, nice touch from Emily Scar there. This might be an opportunity for Sunderland. She's up against Powell, and Powell this time with a really strong challenge has won herself a goal kick as well.
Great defending there by Ella.
As a fullback.
Yeah, brilliant challenge. Won the goal kick. You can't really ask for anything better than that. Gives Fran a chance to wind this clock down and everyone just a reset.
Aspin will go long eventually, and she does. Looking for Harrison, who of course brings that one down beautifully. Plenty of room ahead of her. A few options. Decides to go short to Powell, who will bring forward the ball with that overlapping run. Now Woolley with a bit of time to get the cross into the box. Only Johnson really to aim at. And it's blocked away for a throw-in anyway. Powell just perhaps taking her time over this throw in now. Bit of game management needed here from City. Long throw towards Harrison, who brings it down again. Jess Woolley. Her cross is swiped away by a Sunderland player. And after all the bad weather we've had, a rainbow over there in the back of your shot.
We've really seen all the elements today, haven't we?
We really have. Welcome to autumn, everyone.
Oh,
and now a
pass.
chance for Abby Harrison to finish it off, but she's offside. Wags her finger at the referee's assistant here. Nice touch from Mel Johnson. Plays in Abby Harrison.
Oh, it's very tight, isn't it?
Ooh, hard to say from where we are, of course.
Brilliant finish. Mel Johnson and Abby Harrison linking up again. They've been a real bright spark up front for us today. Their partnership is really coming on now. 5 games into the season, and their strike force is really coming together.
City are away in their next game against Charlton, who've had a great start. Currently top of the Women's Championship, well, near the top of the Women's Championship, I should say. Everything's so congested at the moment. They're only 3 points off the top. I think having Harrison and Johnson, we could see that become quite a decent strike partnership, and one that could be quite useful next week.
Yeah, I think that's the key in this league is consistency, and that's consistency with results and also consistency with how many goals we're scoring, and if we're keeping clean sheets. They all add up towards the end of the season, and we've just got to be there or thereabouts. And Brooke Aspin, what a player she is, and she's got a bright future ahead of her. She just wins the ball again.
Me. 2 from 2 for Brooke Aspin. Reading the game really well. Picking her moments brilliantly. She's down at the moment. Took a bit out of herself with that one. Bit of cramp here, maybe. Is that what that looks like to you, Flo, do you think?
Yeah, it looks like a bit of cramp. She's so combative with how she plays. It's how she is as a player. She's in every challenge, and she's thrown herself into that challenge, and her body's definitely going to be feeling it tomorrow.
Looks like it's in both calves as well, which is shows how much hard work she's been putting into this game.
I think the pitch will probably have played a factor in that. Heavy underfoot. But hopefully for us, she'll be able to get up and continue, because her and Sitara Murray have been a great partnership.
Here we go. This is that challenge again. Diving in there. Risky, because if she doesn't win the ball there, she's gone flying in, but does so well to just take the ball off the Sunderland player's
You always
foot.
think she's going to win the ball. She does look in a lot of pain here.
She really does. Look at this. Loses possession. Brilliant challenge. Brooke Aspin, 16 years old, and an enormously bright future ahead of her. In the long run, certainly. In the short term, I think it's an ice bath for the youngster. Double change for Bristol City. Jamat and Lazelle coming on. I think it's obvious Lazelle is coming on for Brooke Aspin.
I think we'll see Lazelle just slot into the centre half of defence, and looks like Abby Harrison's afternoon's over, but both Abby Harrison and Brooke Aspin have played really well today, and their quality's really shone through.
Yeah, Simran Jamat coming on for Abby Harrison. And Lazelle here, another great academy product that City have.
Yeah, there's
More
so
than happy
many
to slot into the back.
So many academy products coming through. It's great to see that the club ethos is working and the pathway's working. That can only be measured on how many first team players are coming through, and they're doing well at the moment.
Here goes Lazelle. First bit of defensive work to do is to block this cross, and she does really well. Out for a corner to Sunderland. Seven minutes to go here. City leading 2-0. Mel Johnson and Amy Palmer, the goal scorers. In comes the corner now. It finds a Sunderland head, and it's in the back of the net. Well, we are on for a blockbuster finish then. Really good corner from Sunderland. It looks like it's Potts down there taking the applause. Yep, she wins the header. I think it comes off the back of another City player before it finds the back of the net. But Sunderland just not making it easy for City here in these final exchanges.
That's opened the door for Sunderland. Not what we wanted to do. 6 minutes left plus added. The momentum's going to be with Sunderland now. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at it, and we couldn't afford to concede from that corner. And I think Fran Bentley is unfortunate because the ball's just deflected and she couldn't do a lot about it.
That certainly makes things a little more tense. Not a bad time to lose Brooke Aspin as well in the final 5 minutes.
I tell you what, it's horrible watching and not being able to play. I said it last week, but wow. I'm fidgeting. I can't sit still. It's a lot easier when you're playing.
Yeah, welcome to our world, Flo. We get this every week. Cook now with a bit of work to be done to try and win the ball back. She's done it unfairly on that occasion. Sunderland with the free kick deep inside their own half, taken quickly. Joyce running more lateral than forwards. First time pass. Powell underneath this one for the header. Lazelle uses her strength well, and that's really composed stuff from the substitute who's only been on the field 2 minutes. And a ball forward finds Jamat with a chance to shoot, and that's not too far away. It's enough for Moan to just let that one fly past her post. But
yeah, it's good intent. I just think Jess Woolley's probably the ball there. She's screaming for it. She's disappointed, and rightly so. Do
you think Simran's seen what Amy Palmer's done and thought, why not with this wind?
Yeah, the keeper's off her line a little bit as well. You can't blame her, but I think the state of the game management-wise, you've just got to be smart there. But 4 minutes to go. Come on, Gavs.
Yes, indeed. Not long left in this one. Powell, Jess Woolley wins the header, but hoiked clear by Potts. But Woolley does well to win the ball back, finding Koiken. Jamat is just half a step slower than that Sunderland defender there, so Powell to Jamat, who wins the header. Koiken with a ball forward. Cook will chase this one till the end, and no one had to make sure.
Izzy Cook has not stopped running all day long. She's worked tirelessly down the wing. Take your time, Ella Powell, take your time.
Yeah, poor clearance by the Sunderland goalkeeper. Like you say, is there a bit of game management that needs to be done now?
I think we'll see here the rugby kick for territory tactic, but Sunderland seems to have come out with the ball.
Sunderland clear their lines and find a yellow shirt in the process. Is this a chance for Sunderland to break here with Joyce? Woolley's back defending. And so is Cataldo. Ball forward from Woolley, hits the referee, and the referee waves play on with Koiken. Ball forward finds, well, almost finds Jamat. Deceived everybody there. More front foot defending from Bristol City. Bentley's all the way out here and decides to clear it. Thankfully finds a red shirt. A long way out of her own box there, Fran Bentley.
Yeah, I was nervous then. I think a bit of communication was lacking, but got away with it.
Achterhoff spreads the ball out wide. In comes the cross now. Blocked away. Achterhoff with a chance. Her first time effort is wide. Hearts in mouth stuff here for Bristol City fans watching this one. That was an opportunity for Achterhoff.
Luckily for Bristol, the ball's just come at her so quickly and she's just out of instinct pokes it towards goal and thankfully gone wide past Fran Bentley's post. But we're living dangerously at the back and I'm counting down the seconds.
You and me both. There are 90 of them left before we find out how much added time we've got. Bentley's goal kick finds Palmer in the end. Slightly high foot from a Sunderland player, but we play on. Murray hacks it clear. Jamat and Cook will press this one, chasing down the goalkeeper. It puts enough pressure on her for the ball to spin out of play for a throw.
Been so impressed with Izzy Cook. She's not stopped running there, closing down the goalkeeper. She's done that since the first minute.
Jamat, can she keep the ball in play? No, not on this occasion. Just loses possession.
Can hear the noise levels have been raised by another decibel or two.
Jamat goes down under a challenge, but Koiken wins possession back. Still under pressure here, Koiken, but doing really well to maintain possession. Ball forward looking for Mel Johnson. Won't find its intended target. One back again, but here come Sunderland once more. Looking for that one final opportunity. It's not going to come here, though. Ella Powell charging forward, still running. Still got loads of running in her legs, Ella Powell. Charging forward. Can Sunderland see this one now? It's a great challenge. Ball's still in play. Referee waves play on.
I was shouting there, go to the corner, El.
Palmer. Well, she decides to go to the corner. Gives it to Powell. Second chance. This time Powell does try and get things as far away from her goal as possible. And gives away a cheap free kick, but not in the most dangerous of positions for a Bristol City's perspective.
Brilliant header there by Ella.
Defending from City is good at the moment, but Joyce manages to find a turn here. What can she do going forward? Under pressure from Palmer and Woolley and Powell, but manages to evade them all. But the second bite of the cherry is Amy Palmer.
Come on, girls.
Not long left in this one. Can City hold on?
Can hear everybody now. Everyone's shouting. Trying to will the girls over the line.
Trapped over in the corner are Sunderland. The ball has gone out. It'll be a throw-in for City, which they'll take their time over. How are your voices at home? Got any fingernails left? No, I haven't. Not long left in this one. Powell, big throw, looking for Jamat, who turns her marker really well and wins the free kick as well. And how important could that be, as it just ekes more time out of this game?
Brilliant stuff there from Sim.
Referee just wants Palmer to take that one back 5 yards or so.
Yeah, I think I'd want to see everyone get up here now 20 yards and stick the ball in the corner.
Palmer goes long. Woolley doesn't keep that one in play. But much like rugby, as we said, Flo, that's gained a lot of territory there. Here comes Sunderland, throwing everything they can at this Bristol City defence now. They have to, if they want to keep this unbeaten run of theirs going to start the season. Comes off a Sunderland player, throw into Bristol City. Powell's throw finds Jamat once again, who brings the ball down really well. Still fighting for it down there. There are players down. And the referee finally does give a free kick. Quite a few seconds after the incident, but it will be a free kick to Sunderland. Deep inside their own half. With the right foot of Potts, this is definitely coming to
I think this,
the City box.
This is only going one way, and this is getting launched straight into the box.
Long from Potts. You can hear the shout from her. That's not a clean hit at all. City could have a chance to break here if it finds its way to Cook. Not this time. Potts this time gets a really clean strike of the ball. Long towards the City box. Jess Woolley's back there defending. Has to just clear this one away, and she does. Koiken, a few options ahead of her. Decides to go across to Powell. Still running, Ella Powell.
Can't be long left now. Come on, girls.
Can't be long left. Can City just hold on in this game? Long ball forward. So Tara Murray's back there to defend. Of course she is. Makes it look so simple as it goes back to Fran Bentley. Johnson doing her defensive duties. Ball's fallen all the way through. Can Ella Powell defend? It's on the edge of the box. There's still defending to do. And Lazell with a brilliant challenge, sliding in. Last-ditch stuff. May have just won Bristol City this game.
What a challenge that is. That's better than a goal.
Cook running forward.
God, what an end to this game as a neutral. I'm certainly not sat still, but...
Goodness me.
What a challenge from Naomi Lazell at the back there. That's better than a goal.
It really is. It's so important. I mean, the ball was falling kindly there on the edge of the City's box, wasn't it? It needed the challenge to be made. And as I say, Naomi Lazell may have just won City this game if things stay as they are, of course. And it will. That is the final act of this game. Bristol City back to winning ways at the Robbins High Performance Centre. And finally, Flo, you can breathe. What an end to the game.
Yeah, wow. Wow, 3 points at home, brilliant. You know, just what we deserved in the end. But God, we didn't half make that hard for ourselves. But yeah, brilliant performance. And look, you know, 3 points on the board again. This league is really turning into a battle, and you know we've just got to keep winning and build momentum. And Charlton away next Sunday, it'll be another chance to get 3 points in the points column.
Yeah, more challenges on the horizon, but that second half performance in particular from City, superb across the park. A great, you know, you saw the fire and the fury really from Amy Palmer, but also cool as you like, Mel Johnson. You know, it's a different performance from both of those players, but it contributed to something spectacular in that second 45.
Yeah, brilliant performance from Fran Bentley at the back to Abby Harrison and Mel Johnson up front. You know, brilliant 3 points. You know, smiles on everyone's faces. And look, Sunderland played really well. You know, touching on them, and they're probably going to go well this year and probably be there or thereabouts at the end of the year. And look, it'll be another great battle when we go up to their place and play them. But as a City player and as a City fan, you know, brilliant.
Okay, well, we'll have more analysis of that second half performance. Plus, we're going to hear from the gaffer and goal scorer of that second goal, Amy Palmer, as well. All on the way after this.
We heard the UK's yoghurt-loving superfans wanted something super thick and homegrown. A yoghurt that's high in protein, low in fat, and naturally low in sugar. Fit for breakfast, lunch, and everything in between. But such a thing didn't exist. So we made our own. Yo Valley Super Thick, lovingly made on home soil.
Paul Archer here from the Nexus Group. Hopefully by now you recognise our logo on the back of the lads' shorts. As a City fan and a Bristol businessman, I want to help as many companies as I can with their recruitment needs, especially as we come out of this awful pandemic and lockdown. And for any customer, new or old, that puts an order in with us before now and the beginning of next season, we'll put you in a draw to win a VIP matchday experience as guests of me and the Nexus team.
Robins TV, where I am with the goal scorer, the second goal for Bristol City, what turned out to be the match winner, Amy Palmer. Amy, where did that come from? What a finish.
Well, I'd like to say I meant it, but I didn't. But, you know, we work on training set pieces like each day, so we talked about putting it on the keeper, and that's what I try to do, and yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
An incredible second half performance from your team. What changed at half time? I mean, it was competitive in the first half, but the second half, City just seemed to dominate.
Yeah, I mean, we were really disappointed with our result last weekend, so the energy in the squad this week has been unbelievable, and I think you could see that even from the first half. I think we knew we were on top and it felt good, and we said at half time, like, there's no point feeling like this and coming in full time 1-0 down, so we need to kick on, take our chances, and we did in the end. So yeah, a hard victory, but well deserved from the team.
The game turned on a penalty shout, of course. I mean, it was from where you were, it looked like a pretty clean-cut penalty decision.
Yeah, definitely. I think Mel's really good at getting in them areas. Obviously a different position for her today, but I think she did really good finding the pockets, and it's hard to get the ball off her. She's so unorthodox, you don't know what she's going to do with it, and I think that's how she won the penalty today and took it very calmly as well.
A word on the defensive aspect as well. You had defending to do, of course. Sunderland put a few hearts in mouths at the end there with one of the goals they clawed back, but a great defensive effort from the team once again.
Yeah, I think week in, week out, we've always said we want to pride ourselves on clean sheets, and unfortunately we didn't get that today with a mistake that obviously we'll look back on in the week because we don't like conceding from set plays. But yeah, I think Sats and Brooke have been unbelievable for us this season, and then the subs coming on obviously making a big difference as well. So I think, yeah, it's obviously good for the goal scorers to get the plaudits and stuff, but they're a rock back there, and you know what I mean, without them we wouldn't have been doing as well as we have this season. So yeah.
And a win back to winning ways after last weekend in front of these fans at the HBC must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels unbelievable. Obviously, as I said, we weren't happy with our result last week, and we don't want teams to come here and like playing against us. And I think that's what we sort of did last weekend. So to come here and not only win but put on a good performance as well. Obviously, it means a lot to have the fans here. There's a lot of them out today, so yeah, it was really important for us to do that.
Amy, well done out there. Great performance.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Amy Palmer there, the second goal scorer for Bristol City. Thank you, Amy. We'll let you go now and celebrate with the rest of your team. And I'm also pleased to say that we've got the gaffer with us now as well. Lauren, come on in. You must be absolutely delighted with your team's performance today.
Yeah, I'm so happy for them. I think they performed, put things to bed from last week, and actually just stepped on that pitch today and enjoyed every moment of it, even when it was chucking it down with rain. So they really deserve that because they've done everything right this week to put things to bed from last week. So very, very pleased.
Yeah, we must talk about the conditions, actually. It was so tough for the girls out there. The surface just became something completely different to what you expected, during the week, I guess.
Yeah, and it, mainly around the goal mouth as well. I think there's a few opportunities in that first half where the ball just stuck still, where we'd have maybe had more shots off in those situations, but they stuck to it and they kept going and yeah, so luckily we could deal with the rain because I'm sure there'd be plenty more of it.
Yeah, we've just asked Amy actually about the penalty decision. That the game sort of turned on that. Really, it was a really competitive game in the first half. City dominated the second, but the game turned on that penalty decision, didn't it?
Yeah, it felt like being in the game that something was going to fall for us today, and luckily it was something in our favour, like a penalty, but could have been a shot, could have been a come off a puddle and gone in, but it felt like it's falling our way, and that was great to get that situation. And Mel took a very calm, great free kick, penalty from the 12 yards. Yeah. So yeah.
Talking about the free kick, though, that's the next goal that we need to talk about. Amy Palmer. I mean, there's something about rockets being scored here. I mean, Abby Harrison scored a 40-yarder a few weeks ago. Amy Palmer today, I think, scored one even further out. What is it about? They just seem to sort of have the confidence to try things.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do. Everything in their half is about us being creative and trying things when we see that they're on. And, she finishes them in training every week, so I'm not surprised for her, but I'm very, very pleased that she's done it in the game.
Really competitive game. We knew Sunderland were going to be a tough outfit out there, and your girls had to defend really well, and I think they did that today, didn't they?
Yeah, Brooke and Satara in that centre-back position have started the game very well, stepping up to that challenge and that physical challenge, and then Naomi coming in has done the same thing. So, we've started well and finished well from a defensive point of view as well.
And just finally, this game, this result should give you a lot of confidence going into another tough test next weekend against Charlton.
Yeah, anything can happen in this league. I think there's points being gone either way from any situation. Sunderland were higher than us in the table, but it shows that we're not quite at the point yet where the table actually
sets things out. So, you know, big game next week against Charlton. Some players that have played there before are going back to their old club. So, yeah, I think it's going to be another battle.
Big games keep on coming. Well done today, and good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
Nice one. Lauren Smith there, the winning gaffer this afternoon for Bristol City. Now, come back over this way and we'll have a chat with Flo Allen. So, Flo, a great afternoon of football, that. I mean, it was really great to hear from Amy Palmer as well. They just seem so happy, those girls out there that performed today.
Yeah, look, last week was tough, you know, losing at home. It's never easy, but we really wanted to right those wrongs today, and the girls have gone out there and done it. You know, in the first half, it was very even. We did have quite a lot of chances, but, you know, we alluded to it that the ball just wasn't bouncing to us. We weren't getting those bits of luck. And, you know, the second half, we've won ourselves a penalty. Mel's done brilliantly. She slotted it in. And then, you know, the free kick, Palms has stepped up and put it in the back of the net, and we're 2-0 up. And then, you know, maybe that's something we need to look at, is how we see games out a little bit better going forwards. But look, it's 3 points at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how you get them, as long as you get the 3 points. So look, we go again next weekend, and Charlton away, it'll be a tough test because they're flying at the moment. But we know what we've got to do. We've got to go up there and put in a solid performance and yeah, just try and get those 3 points.
Yeah, but I mean, before we let you go and celebrate with the rest of your team, we've got to look at the story of that second half. And the chances were coming before the goal, and this was one of them.
Yeah, brilliant corner in from Palms. I think we said, didn't it? Actually hit the crossbar and then the keepers palmed it out. But look, we were knocking on the door from the first few minutes and a half, weren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. They were knocking on the door, and finally the door got knocked down, and that was thanks to Mel Johnson, who made the penalty and then scored it, as we're about to see here. Brilliant work from Ava Koiken.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the Sunderland defender. But look, you know, it's hit the arm and the penalty's been given, and Mel steps up coolly and calmly and slots it into the bottom right corner, you know, and it's 1-0.
Perfect penalty, that, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't stop them.
No, you really can't. And you also can't stop what Amy Palmer did in that second half. This is City's second goal. Yeah,
you always fancy her when she's over a free kick, and look, you just got to hit the target, and sometimes they fly in, you know. It's gone in the back of the net. It doesn't matter how it gets there. So, you know, brilliant.
As I mentioned to Lauren Smith, something about playing at this ground just means we get great goals. I don't know what it is. We also had a really dangerous free kick in that second half. As City looked for their third. This was a great opportunity.
Something different. We haven't ever tried this before. And look, it nearly comes to something at the back post. Jess Willie's nearly got onto a loose ball, but not to be.
City did have the ball in the back of the net for a third time. Unfortunately, it was Abby Harrison, but she was offside.
Yeah, very tight this one, wasn't it? But look, great finish, and you know, next week I'm sure she'll be wanting to get on the score sheet. You know, a couple of weekends without a goal, she'll be itching to get on that score sheet.
And then, of course, football always does this to us. Sunderland go up the other end and score, and it just made the ending really tense, didn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't sit still. But look, you know, the Sunderland player's got a great connection on the header, and sometimes, because there's bodies in the way, it just hits somebody and goes in. But yeah, God, it made it a nervous ending. I couldn't sit still. I had to be quiet for the last 5 minutes because I was on the edge of my seat.
But thankfully, City were able to hold on in the end. And it ended up being a great performance for Bristol City today. And Flo, I'll just ask you one more time about, you know, your injury. Hopefully you mentioned that we can see you very soon, and hopefully this will start a bit of a run for Bristol City now.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be back out there next Sunday.
Excellent. Fingers crossed. Well, that is about it for us here at the Robbins High Performance Centre. Bristol City have won. They are back to winning ways, having beaten Sunderland 2-1 here. The next time you'll be able to catch a women's game here on Robbins TV is on Halloween on October the 31st with the visit of Sheffield United. Before that, the under-23s are in action. The under-23 men are in action against Cardiff on Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.